Okay, I'm gonna try this again. I tried doing this when I had Sancho with me earlier, and I realized I was looking at the ground the whole time. Just to give you guys an idea of the layout, the landscape that I've got to play with here. Got a couple of giant, really old oak trees surrounded by a whole bunch of little branch stuff I want to cut down. It's one of the crepe myrtles, and you see my cats are everywhere. Crepe myrtles, they are tall. They are over the house, and they're all dried out because it hasn't rained here in forever. Um, Little weeds and branches I want to clear out. This area gets a lot of shade from the oak tree and the crepe myrtle, and I've my super fancy hose hanger there. Anyway, I'd like to put a bed here. My mom, this is her side of the house. She likes elephant ears, so I'd like to put some out here, get some of the little colorful ones, I guess, and put them out here with some, I've got room for some sables. I guess I could put a trunking sable in the middle of there if I really wanted to, but probably want to stick with minors and the Atonias, stuff like that. God knows I've got plenty. And they're going to be small for years, so it's all small at this point. Anyway, this is the north end of the house, so this is where we're just gonna go balls to the wall with cold hardy stuff, and I'm just walking so you guys can get an idea of the size of the house, the amount of land, all that, all the way back to that tree line back there. That's all ours. Need to trim that, get it off the house, clean things up. All these weeds are growing in a drainage ditch, so they get plenty of water. My aforementioned bane of my existence grass. This is mostly bahia out here, so not too terrible. Got more crepe myrtles. This one's still blooming. I have no idea what that giant tree in the middle is, but it's tall. And then weeds, volunteer pine trees everywhere. And then I wanted to show you guys, there's a few of these on the property. I have no idea what tree that is, but if you can see, it's growing horizontally across the ground. And then this is the foliage and the flowers on it. Whew, I'm out of breath already. I don't know if they do that by nature, if these were things that fell during one of the hurricanes or a tornado. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not smart enough. More stuff dying from the drought. Volunteer pine trees are everywhere. I'm still trying to watch my step to make sure I don't step in a fire ant bed or a cat bomb, so bear with me. And facing towards the house again. And all that, all this space. I put something small in between these crepe myrtles after I trim them. Minors. You guys have seen my pot of Atonias. If you pay attention to my endless posts. There's oak trees growing in the middle of some of the crepe myrtles. My granny loved these, but they all need to be trimmed up really well. Oh, spiderweb. It is apparently spider season here, but I think I've got room. I could put like little stuff in between all of those and then clear all this out too. All the little branches and baby volunteers of whatever. Maybe they're oak, I don't know. Probably. Sorry, walked right into a spider web trying to dodge another spider web. Anyway. So I got all that room. And then coming up here. So all these other giant weeds, that's another drainage ditch. Got all that. And then I might be wrong, but I'm assuming that over there, this is going to be where the leach field is for the septic tank. So, water. And then I've got a cedar tree over here. I'll show you guys where the power company butchered it. Get a better angle of it from the other side. All this woods, and then the woods goes down. There's a creek about half a mile down the road too. But just wanted to show off. These guys didn't bloom this year either, but the magnolias, look at the leaves. How glossy and just how thick that is. It's beautiful. More branches, more spiderwebs. More branches, oaks, magnolias, pines. Everywhere, super tall pine trees. More crepe myrtles. If I get to, I don't know, up here by this power pole here, you guys can see what the power company did to the cedar tree. Like to put something between these two crepe myrtles as well. You know, again, I'm talking like short little understory sables, cold hardy stuff. And I'd like to dig up all three of the DirecTV trees. There's a butterfly bush in there. None of them bloomed this year. Well, not very much. I forget the name of these trees, but they are the Asian evergreen trees that have the little white foo-foo stuff that falls off in the springtime. My granny used to call them popcorn trees. So with that and their heritage, I think it'd be cool to put my Trachycarpus garden on this side once my seeds start to pop. And then a pile of stuff that we need to burn, need to get all the branches, get everything together. We don't have a wood chipper or a mulcher, so burn, and make some poor man's biochar, I guess. Potash. But I just wanted to wander. I'm not going to dig in too deep because I'm in flip-flops and shorts, but there was my wild native sable miner and some more spider webs. More dead stuff we need to cut down. Guys, I apologize for the angles. I keep trying not to step in fire ant beds. I'm going to walk to the back of the house here real quick and then walk back up front and show you guys the stuff that I wanted to and totally forgot about it because I made the long trip. Got more cedar trees over here. I have volunteer pines for days. We actually used to live in a trailer that was right, if you guys can see where that power pole is. We had a trailer there, and that's where we were during Hurricane Katrina. This has gotten kind of overgrown over here, too. It's my grandfather, where he kept his lawnmower shed. More magnolias. I'd like to trim this down, clear this all out, and put something cool over here, too. Get some kind of vine. I don't know if you guys can see, there's, trying not to walk into the spider webs. The lattice work in there. I'd like to get some kind of a cool vine on that. And then some cold hardy stuff in front of there. So many pine trees have popped up just everywhere. But what I'd like to do back here is get a bunch of cold hardy tropical kind of stuff and just kind of move it along, maybe mix it in with some native wildflower kind of stuff for some color. You know, since this is where people pull up when they come up to the house, give them something to look at, some eye candy, if you will. almost walked into another spider web, and then there's 2 more spider webs. My stuff that I've got growing outside. I posted pictures of it, but just to give you guys more. The 2 sable maritimas, those were gifts from the Sable King of Texas. Got 2 community pots of Sable Mexicana, my new-to-me Canary Island date palm, and my In Recovery Beauty hybrid. Lots of cats, lots more cardboard for me to lay down. In a perfect world, I'd have money to put the landscape cloth down to block out the grass and weeds and lay nursery pots on that, but we're doing cardboard because it's run what you brung. Let me catch my breath. That is my community pot of Trachycarpus Wagner X Fortunii seeds. Cats. This is Hugh. His full name is Hugh Jass, for those of you Simpsons fans, and we named him that because when he was a little kitten, well, I don't know if you can see his gigantic black testicles. And before they popped out, it was just this big, giant dot. And we thought it was his butthole, so we named him Hugh Jass. Let me up to here. This piles of grass are where the cats like to do their business, so I try to avoid that. Got my power lines to work with right there, but I've got room. But I would like to all of this shit over here. Do a bunch of like cold hardy tropical stuff, vibe it up. I mean, keep a little grass, but as little as possible. In the long run, if I had $1 million, those kind of scenarios. Watch for the spider webs again. Here's 2 more. Here is my $5 butterfly bush and a brand new baby kitten. There's another kitten in there somewhere. All the leaves are falling off the crepe myrtles because it is so dry. We haven't had rain in forever. My Sabletonia, my bigger washi. I decided this is going to be filibuster rhymes. I don't know if I'm going to leave these bricks here. It'd be cool to have the BT hybrid as like a center point in there. But if I'm going to keep this as the bed of the unwanted bastards, you know, it doesn't really fit the vibe, you know. Another washi and my sad little Philopharit's been chewed up. And an ongoing mess of cardboard, dead wisteria, weeds, and dirt because it's just too freaking hot to do anything. Anyway, guys, thank you for all the support, everything that you guys have done for me. You have no idea just how much of an impact you guys have had on my mental health and my sanity. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So, I mean, thank you again for everything. I mean, you guys have been just awesome. And for Mr. Happy Palms, sure you don't want a cat, buddy? Put it in the mail. Meow.